at Dover, New Jersey in Restaurant 111. We now present to you the Dover Board of Directors. Linda Mullen, Jason De Jesus, Ray Valle, Julian Gomez, and Jacqueline Viveros.
It was important to, as the opportunity to give back. We have several businesses in town. I'm also a product of the Dover school system, and proud to be a project of the Dover school system. I know that sometimes the Dover schools don't get the best the best highlights, but I was a product of the Dover school systems, and we've had a great time in town building our businesses. And so I thought it was important as an opportunity to give back to the community that has given us so much.
Specifically for students who are the most needy. So my focus is on making sure that students who have a lot of barriers put in front of them, whether it's financial or academic or social or language, that we're able to support their potential, right? There's so many people in this town that have a lot of potential and lack the resources or the knowledge or the understanding of the system. And we may be able to jump in and support them so that they can maximize that potential and then help this town grow and be, fulfill the potential that it has.
I've been in education for 42 years. I've worked in 5, 6 school districts. And in every district I've worked in, they've all had educational foundations. And when I was approached to try to investigate setting up an educational foundation for Dover, I went on all the different school websites and I Googled, and I couldn't find one school that did not have an educational foundation except for Dover. Couldn't understand why. And each educational foundation that I've been involved in, being with, teacher or in special services in a district, has been different. And I see some gaps for our community. Educational needs, family needs to get our students to school, that we can be immediate responses until they get the services they need to support them, as well as different types of scholarships, looking at the needs of our students differently than some of the other schools I've worked with.
I've been on the Board of Education for 3 years. I've been in the PTA of Academy Street School Board. I like being involved and being able to help the community and the children, which are our future. And that's why I'm involved in this organization, just to be able to give back to the town and help progress.
Recently was offering local businesses an avenue to provide funds to the foundation or sponsorships for interested students that would want to intern in those businesses, right? So for example, if I had a local business that had a need for an administrative personnel to help out with the day-to-day operations, I could come to the foundation, talk to them about that endeavor, provide the monies to the foundation, and then we could tie the students either from the high school or from information that we get from the board to get these kids experience in real life work, right? So then they can apply that to the studies that they have, become better at it, refine the spear, and then decide whether or not they want to continue to pursue that particular line of work.
Organization, registered as a 501c, but we work alongside of the Dover Education. We're not part of the Board of Education, but we work alongside of them, where maybe the Board of Education wouldn't be able to satisfy a need immediately because potentially they have to go through some processes in order to be able to facilitate those funds or those needs to the students. We're kind of, flexible in the fact that a lot of the things that we can do them pretty quickly, and we can use funds that we already have. And our funds are going to go strictly to Dover students, and hopefully, the community is able to support us.
Sometimes it has nothing to do with the student's ability to learn, or it has to do with their surroundings, whether or not they're prepared to be in the classroom in a learning environment, right? Sometimes it's hard to learn with an empty stomach, right? Or where you had to stay up till 2 or 3 to help your family deal with some financial situations, right? So where we can jump in and help is the students in general, the community that has the potential but it's stuck with some small needs that we can help remove, right, those barriers, so that they can, fulfill their potential, including multiple opportunities like opening internships or co-ops, those professional opportunities that sometimes students need, right? They need the one person who can give them a chance, and we want to be, that agent.
I think we have a tendency to discourage students from pursuing those. Even smart students that maybe should go to college, but they could learn a trade, get their degree, and start a business like these gentlemen.
When you get a scholarship, you have to go through a program. Typically, we put it on at CCM. It's a 3-day program, and you go through and give the students really good background about what it takes to be successful, what they should or shouldn't do with social media, how they should network, right? What they should expect when they get to college.
I wouldn't be any good. And so on the heels of her passing, the family decided to create a scholarship fund in her name. And now we, for the last 4 years, right? 24 years, we've given out 5 scholarships every year to the high school students. And one of the daunting tasks about setting all of that up was all the paperwork that the state and the federal government makes you go through. And so when I heard about the foundation and I heard what we were looking to do, I said, oh, wow, this is a perfect way for me to share what I've done with other individuals who may want to do the same thing. They don't have to go through the paperwork in the back end. We can take care of all of that for them. And now you can just tell us how you want us to distribute your funds.
In Dover, there are such a variety of what our students and where their commitments are. We just want them to be engaged for a positive growth and looking towards their future, that they can contribute to the greater good of all.
Every year, I email the award recipients and I ask them how they're doing. Some of them answer, some of them don't. But one of the main reasons why I choose to reach out to them is to let them know that they have a network that they can lean on, right? So if they want to be a lawyer, I can have somebody talk to them who has that experience. They want to be a plumber, I know somebody who can talk to them about that experience, or connect them with an opportunity that they wouldn't have otherwise had if they weren't networking with the organization.
Dover School District students. So there might be a situation where, an elementary school student has a direct need where the school board wouldn't be able to help with that need, and they would come to us and we would be able to support that need. So it's not limited to high school students planning on going to college. We're going to have a scholarship set up, but the foundation is for all the students in Dover.
One of the main reasons why we brought you all along was to ensure that we can provide the resources for the students in the community. So please do donate, take the time. We take checks as well, and so that'll be beneficial. Thank you.
It's time to help one another. Join us and help us fundraise. Make a difference for the Dover students.